Mimi sio mkubwa. Mimi ni mtumishi. Hapo sawa. Mimi nataka tufanye kazi. Ukubwa tumewachia wale mafarasi wengine. Sisi tunataka tufanye kazi. Yenye si mumeona Peter Kenneth amechapa kazi Gatanga. Sasa tunataka tufanye nini? Tugatanganize Kenya. Hapo sawa. Ili tuwafanyie wenzetu, mandugu zetu na madada zetu kazi. Mimi nimefurahi sana kwa ile kazi ambayo mnafanya hapa. Sio kazi rahisi. Kwa wingi imeitwa jua kali. Wengine wakaita informal sector. Lakini mimi nataka kuwaambia hivi, hiyo informal sector ndio inapatia vijana wengi sana Kenya kazi. Na kwa sababu ya hiyo inafaa tutie maanani sana hali ya watu wa jua kali. Ili tuweze tukawapatia kama ni access to credit, msiwe mnababaika sana kwa sababu leo najua mkienda bank mnaitishwa security. Security wanaitisha nini? Shamba. Shamba tuko nazo? Shamba tuko nazo? Kwa hivyo inafaa access to credit ifanywe rahisi sana kwa wale ambao wako na biashara. Bora biashara yako inafaa na biashara yako inakuletea mapato, unafaa upate access to credit, sivyo? Kwa sababu wale ambao wanafanya kazi kwa maofisi, kwa sababu wanapata payslip, wakienda kwa bank wanafanyiwa nini? Wanapewa pesa, sivyo? Hata nyinyi vile vile munafaa mupewe credit. Na secretary wenyu Bwana Dawa amesema kitu cha maana sana. Hakuna uchumi ulimwengu mzima ulijengwa bila the informal sector. Kwa sababu informal sector ile ambayo wanaita cottage industry ndio inapatia vijana mapato na ndio inapatia vijana kazi, and it is what will grow this country. We want to be able to be proud to see products in our market written made in Kenya. Hapo sawa. Mimi ninashangaa sana kwa sababu vitu mingi sana tukinunua, whether ni hii mashati mumevaa, iwe ni zile viti tunakalia kwa nyumba, iwe ni vyombo vyovyote vile tunatumia, mingi zao zimetoka wapi? China. Zingine zinatoka Japan. Hiyo ni kosa kubwa sana kwa sababu hakuna vile tutaweza kutengeneza jobs for our own youth if we are continuing to import a lot of the things that we can be able to produce locally. Running mate!
Today we've had a very interesting engagement with young people who are making a living in this area of Sharimoyo. We visited the Juakali stands, just trying to understand what are the concerns of young people in the informal sector. And it has been a very enlightening moment, just reinforcing some of the things that we have been saying, that we need to invest in young people. We need to invest in the informal sector by providing vocational skills training, by opening up opportunities, opening up markets, opening up access to credits. And I think these are some of the things that as an administration we need to focus on. I mean, we've also just visited Uprising Youth Group, and they're doing some fantastic job. It only goes to show that young people have the ability, have the will to make it happen for themselves, but as a government needs to provide them with a platform and the opportunities. I mean, these young guys have just told us that this place was actually a dump site, and they reclaimed the place, and they've now set up a car wash. They even run their own matatu that plies around the Eastlands route, and this is encouraging. And I think what we need to do is we need to be creating a Marshall Plan. And this is one of the things that I think I will pursue and I want to push for, that we have to have a Marshall Plan that provides a platform for young people to exploit their talents, whether it is in sports, whether it is in culture, whether it is in the arts or entrepreneurship, so that we can be able to do what is right for the future of young people. I think what we have seen last week with the nomination exercises is an affront to democracy. Political parties need to begin to exercise discipline through planning and through following the law. Nobody is above the law. No party is above the law. The law stipulated that party hopping was supposed to end, 6 months ago? But conveniently, the members of parliament moved that deadline to January 18th. So we all knew that this deadline was approaching. Political parties should have exercised much better planning so that we avoid the chaos that we saw. We cannot impose people on the people of Kenya. We cannot impose leaders. We need to allow the people of Kenya to have their say. This is the culture of impunity that we have been preaching against, and we are saying must come to an end. The people of Kenya, I am calling upon all the people of Kenya to do what is right on March 4th. You might not have gotten your candidates at the nomination exercises, the people that you wanted to see in office, but you will have another opportunity come March 4th. Let us exercise restraint. Let us have a peaceful build-up towards the elections. Let us give everybody an opportunity to sell their policies. And let us measure everyone based on their performance and what they are promising to deliver for us. And then we can make a rightful choice come March 4th and move on as a country.